I'm in I'm in like 7 astral realms at once.
Hey, that's hard.
Are you talking about? Yeah, I can't even. I come back sometimes injured, and I don't even know what fight I was in.
Right?
Are you talking about the white buffalo?
Hang on.
No.
Hang on,
Bingo.
guys, hang on a second. Cassidy, I need you to smash that make me host button.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
The white
Make
buffalo
host.
was what brought me to Cassidy.
Mhm.
Because if not, I
Get
can't share my screen, bro. Thank you.
You got it?
Yep, thank you.
Cool.
I was gonna say I see you back up.
Yeah. I gotta try to get Cassidy here. There.
He wants to be the driver. You know how men are.
Dude, I've driven for 30 years. I really could care less about that.
Hey,
Nice Will Smith quote.
I've driven exactly once, and I almost ran headfirst into the sheriff that time, so I'm not doing that again.
But I'm an excellent driver.
I'm trying to get
Everybody is once.
because
Amen.
I really don't like what do you call it? Hide not.
Zoom?
There we go. I really don't like Zoom.
Yeah.
We don't either. We switched to StreamYard.
Well, StreamYard's not an option for me because of the way we do call-ins, interaction type, blah blah blah. Right?
Oh yeah. That's a good point. I'm not sure StreamYard is capable of that at all.
All right, so I need to get me and you back up. Oh, dude, that really screwed my screen up, didn't it? Yeah, it sure did. Hang on a second. You guys continue to talk. I gotta reset my camera here. Hang on.
Right.
And I gotta get you back in that little square. All kinds of. The moment you started talking about energy, they said in the chat. The moment you started talking about manipulating electricity or whatever is again. This is the kind of shit that we go through here. So I'm used to this. We've done this a time or two. So again, Cass, apologies. Kristen, apologize. Everybody.
It's okay. We're
We're
actually
used
kind of
to
used
it.
to this.
It's not our first rodeo. It's all right.
All right, baby. I'm glad that you said that. Hang on. You guys just talk among yourselves. I'm gonna try to reset this.
Michelle, the reason I asked you is that many people have told me before I ever knew about the astral realm or about being a dream traveler, a dream warrior, that they had seen me in their dream, but that I was taller and I had like this white light around me, and I walked either with a wolf or a white lion. They couldn't tell which one it was.
I wouldn't really know because, like I said, I travel so much I can't even keep up with my own. It's really, like I said, even the testing was, they were like, what the hell are you doing when they were testing me? You know, and because what was it? They were saying, like in the dream state, and when I'm trying to do that, it was showing that 90% of the night I don't breathe.
Ah, that's bad.
90% of the night I don't breathe, and I wake up. I don't breathe while I'm asleep. I wake up, not being able to breathe, and I have to put ice in my throat because my throat's closing. And I think that has a lot to do with why I said my main guide is all about transformation of death, but they're not ready for me. It's my turn here for whatever reason. I'm like, okay, I don't know. I mean, I keep being just, if it's a death god, then they're like, what's up? I don't comprehend really. So I fragment. I may have, because I work with the wolf and I work with the lion. But I usually deal with them and then send them off because they go into areas that I'm not allowed to go into.
Right. Mine always
Especially, I guess, with my health problem. But like that's why I said when I tell you guys I am the reason that I'm here, I mean I'm the reason I'm here.
Yeah. We hope you stick around a long time, right?
Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I'm too stubborn.
Same here.
But it's possible. I mean, I've been told, like I said, I've been told by people all the time that they see me or that I've been dealing with them or whatnot. And who knows? We could have been waging some wars together, and I'm just in too many places at once to keep up.
That's just it. You know, soul family always knows each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're, like I said, so, I mean, there would be a reason why. If I didn't feel the connection tonight, I would have just been like piss off and would have.
Yeah, that's true. That is the
Fair
lie. Very much
We
so.
like outspoken, direct people because then we don't have to guess. Right, Cass?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
correct.
and you're going to read their energy anyway, so you already know if they're lying.
I kind of envy people that can do that.
Cass, I think
Can you not read their energy?
I can smell the things that I can smell, but I wouldn't classify myself as a psychic. Very, very severe head injury. I haven't been able to do the psychic pet trick since I was 15.
oh shit, bro.
Well, it doesn't have to be psychic for me. I mean, it is psychic, but it isn't. Psychic comes in many different ways. You may feel it in ways that you don't even aware that you're feeling it. Just like, and I will say when I deal with people all the time, a lot of times we come across people that just really have foul, bad energy, but that doesn't make them a bad person. That makes them ill.
Or they might be just having a bad time, you know?
Well, and it makes you literally want to vomit. Like your stomach starts, like you're feeling gassy, burpy. That's you picking up their energy. So sometimes it's not even about psychically seeing it. It's your physical body is able to tap in and feel that stuff.
Right.
Do you get any of that?
That's why I mentioned the scent. You know, I can smell the energies. It comes in like a scent memory, you know. I don't see colors. I haven't been able to see colors since, you know, again, before the car accident. But, you know, if I can figure out what I'm smelling, I'm good. You know.
I'm sorry to laugh. Maybe the car accident jiggled some of their stuff loose to
It's
where
possible.
you do what you do better.
Exactly.
One of the theories that I've had to fight against is that Cassidae died in the car accident and I stepped in, and it's like, no, I was here the whole time, fuckers. Back up.
Hey, you know what? That bring Michelle. I didn't really want to mention this, but Michelle pointed this out, right? She mentioned that I channeled the Pleiades.
Yeah.
I think I told you a little bit about it. Michelle I'm talking one-on-one. Very rarely does this happen. Michelle, explain how this happens. Literally, just explain how it happens.
Well, for you, man, you're just a hot mess with it. I love you, but you are. Because you have times that they come in with Matt. Matt is weird in the sense of how he channels them, because he can want to channel them, or at least in the past, when he's wanted to, he's been able to pull them in. But sometimes they just invade him, and they're like, "Guess what? Tough." And
We have a message. You will relay it.
Right,
Yeah.
dude. Right. I mean, I told Cass about this. That's one of the reasons I asked about possession.
Well, one of the things you told me, as well as they told me, was you lost your right to making that decision.
Oh shit!
When you tried to commit suicide.
That's right. That is right.
It was something within your contract. You lost your right to that. And when you've gotten screwed up or drunk or something, Because there's been a couple of times where they've just picked up the phone and called me out of nowhere, and it messed me up because I'm sitting here going, "Am I talking to Matt or am I talking to them?" And I'm having to question them weirdly, going, who am I talking to? You know, and then they're finally like bells, and I was like, okay, I know who I'm talking to now.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
That's
there's
cool.
been a couple of times you've gone out partying and you don't remember you've come home, and they've been what's gotten you home, and they're mad at you.
Damn, man. See, I honest to God, dude, do
I
not.
don't want to fix that.
I
I
don't
can
even.
so see that happening. I can so see that happening. Pleiadians do not like it when people get, when they get off their path. They'll get them right back on one way or another.
Bird lizards.
Oh yeah.
I don't even
Bird
remotely remember
lizard,
this,
yes.
especially the driving
See, and
home.
I think, like I said, there's been a time or two when there was a time or two when you'd been out and partying or whatever, and all of a sudden I get a phone call, and then I'm talking like 1 a.m, and they're just going a mile a minute, da, 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 and I'm like, Matt, what the hell? And then I'm like, I'm not talking to Matt, am I? And they were like, Bells, really, da, 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 keep up, and I was like, oh Jesus, how am I supposed to? Sorry, and then they keep going on, and really what they're doing is complaining about you, about something, and it's like they were releasing their negative energy on me, telling me about it, and then they'd end up having a conversation with me about stuff I'm working on. But then they've also had, I remember, what was it? I think it was Christmas or Halloween, and they kept coming in on you. You couldn't, it was like for 24 hours. They kept coming in, and you couldn't, and you had a show. That's how you finally let the people know, because you were like, Shell, I'm not going to be able, they just keep coming in, and you were like, I'm not going to be able to even be me. And I was like, because you keep saying that you want to do a show with them. So, hello, they've decided you're doing a show.
Be careful what you ask for.
Right. But at what line though does it cross? I mean, again, like I told Cass, I see. Okay, you pointed out the driving me home and or calling you. I don't even rightfully remember calling you.
I know, because you didn't.
Okay.
I think what she's saying is one of your spirits it took hold of the Pinocchio strings and said, this dude's going to die if we don't get him over here. You see what I mean?
Right. They took over.
Suicide is actually a very, very, it's a very complicated. And so for anyone out there listening to this who have had a loved one suicide, first things first, it is going to be okay. They did not go to hell or you see what I mean? The issue with suicide is that no matter how much pain you're feeling, again, and keep in mind, I will get into my gut injury later, but I understand the idea of like, fuck it, I'm done, get me the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if I have to take a nap on a railway car. On the one hand, it can feel like, oh, well, they're selfish for keeping me here. The problem is with suicide, it's this very, very special kind of case. When you do that, what you do, you don't end the pain at all.
No.
What you do
No.
is multiply it and divide it evenly amongst your loved ones.
Exactly.
What?
And it fixes nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go
fractal
through
it
these
down.
Fractal,
you have
perfect.
to go through these reactions, and that's why you're here.
All you're doing is adding more pain to the fractalization, so to speak, of what we think of as past lives, but they're technically our lives and our family branched into foreverness.
Yes.
So instead of healing, instead of what we're doing here by healing and coming closer into the oneness and the consciousness and the boundlessness, there is no bound.
Well said.
And learning to truly come into, there is no bounds, there is no confinement. But when we do something along the line that we've gone from just ego upset to belligerently not knowing what we're doing with our own body and destroying ourselves, we're bringing that destruction and all the healing, like, not threefold back, but if it's like they say, if you take 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. 2 steps forward, 7 steps back. It's one of those situations. For as far as all of us have come forward, we're all taking that many steps back.
Yep.
And have to do it all over again.
James said he watched a guy jump from a 7th floor parking garage. Jesus, man. And what did he... Hang on a second. I can't see the rest of that comment. He watched us from a 7th floor parking lot, and the... Damn it. He changed his mind on the way down. It was too late.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
So I noticed some of the comments. Some of you are going through it, and I got a little song for you. It goes like this. My legs are dangling off the edge. The bottom of the bottle is my only friend. I think I'll slip my wrist again, and I'm gone, 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 gone. And I'm going to skip a little bit to the relevant part where they sing, so if I survive, then I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. It's that, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. You got to remember. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You are not alone. Okay? Someone cares. And you when the demon has got you by the balls, you forget that people love you.
Mm-hmm.
So just remember, you ain't alone, bro.
Hold on for one more day.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah. Someday somebody's gonna make you want to turn around and say goodbye.
Well, you failed at that one. Let Kristen try that one.
Yeah.
You know, being in the psychology, like, you know, psychosis and hypnotherapy, I got a lot of military people that come to me with a lot of distress, bro, and I know exactly what you're talking about, and the only thing I can tell them is, especially those that have got family, that they're willing to leave them behind, afraid to leave them behind, willing to leave them behind, but then I'm like, do you have children? Well, yeah, the majority of them got kids, right? Really, truly. I'm like, why would you do that? Why? What makes you even remotely think that they wouldn't, like, need you? They still need you. Even as an aging parent, they need you.
Yeah.
I mean, because, dude, I'm 48. I miss the shit out of my mom. She didn't commit suicide, but nevertheless, I miss my mother.
I miss my mom, and we hate each other.
Right.
My mom passed away not long ago, about 4 years ago now. And you miss them so much because you can't talk to them, like, physically anymore. You can still, like, talk to the air and know that they hear you because energy never dies.
Yeah.
But they're not there physically.
I got to tell you guys, that was
It's not a
the
hug.
biggest surprise. Now that I know what you guys have to deal with as far as grief and whatnot, it's no wonder this planet's falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
People have forgotten their humanity and how to love.
Yeah. And when my daughter was murdered, I did not know that much pain existed on the whole planet. And I can tell you guys with absolute certainty, they would all be dead.
I've said this.
Oh, I hear you.
I've said
But
this.
Shar made me promise before she left, Daddy, don't hurt anybody.
She knew your number, bro.
Dude, when we get into talking about Shar, she was something else. Really.
Yeah.
Beautiful light. Beautiful light.
Yeah. And she had my DNA. Ah! So that was pretty cool.
That's an interesting dimensional topic. Extraterrestrial DNA.
Yes, very important. Okay, so I'm just gonna break the ice easy. I am not one of you. I am not a spaceman. I'm not claiming to have come from space or anything like that. As I've said on the show many, many times, all of this stuff with the disclosure has way more to do with indigenous and Native American spirituality than it does laser blasts or lightsabers. But if I got a vote,
Purple wave, right? Purple.
Right? Yes, ma'am. So one member of the audience mentioned it earlier. This is just one step in the entire galactic integration, and he is not wrong. The first, okay, so normally when first contact begins, it's psychically. Okay, that's how they find you. So like the three body problem is on people's minds lately, and that's making them ask the question, what if it really is a dark forest situation out there? I'll explain that if I have to. I think everybody knows what that means, but it's not. The thing is, as soon as a species develops enough psychoactive energy to breach into the dream time, we see you. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what galaxy you're in. Again, time, space, gravity, not what you think.
Right.
Actually,
that's levels of consciousness.
Yeah, and that's one of one of the things Japan mentioned in their big thing is the aliens say we don't know what space is, and that's scaring us. And you don't. You think space is that big blue black thing up there, but it's not. We can get all the way into that. So when I was 20, all right, growing up was extremely difficult. I had to deal with my father's cultist bullshit. And for those of you who are old enough to remember the 70s guru craze where everybody was into this spiritual nonsense, that's where you get your Charles Mansons. Okay. You guys, if anybody wants to do a background check on me, we're very welcome to. You will find out that Edward Charles Dunning III grew up with little Charlie Manson. That is no joke.
That's not scary at all.
Right? So my father had this whole thing. His whole deal was he was wanting to use the I don't remember what it's called, but Aleister Crowley had one ritual he absolutely would not perform, and he insisted that no one do it, and which is to awaken a child in the womb. So my father, being the kind of guy he was, thought he was going to make himself the Quesas Hathaway, and that's not a joke. He was literally inspired by Dune.
Damn.
Did the ritual on my mom, thinking he was going to get a demon of music. And folks, I'm a writer. I would write it better than this, I promise. And instead he got a Lyran, which is kind of the same,
Pretty kitty.
So when he realized, what was that?
As you retard, did you hit you?
Well.
Continue your story, Pat.
Keep going.
All right. So, as a little child, of course, you believe your mom and dad. Like, you don't even understand it's possible that your mom and dad could physically lie to you.
Right.
I began to break free of my father's teachings and his cult shit with the advent of Return of the Jedi. See, he was taking me to the movie, and he was like, "You're gonna see, Cass. Luke Skywalker's gonna kill the Emperor and take over the Empire. It's all about the dark side, Cass. This is what you need to pay attention. The world is evil." And then we're walking out of the Return of the Jedi theater, going, "Yeah, Dad, I'm Luke Skywalker." And that's when I realized he was full of shit.
Right.
Yep.
After that, it became about like surviving in a cult environment, which is not pleasant at all. So I turned to science, and at one point, roughly about 16 years old, shortly after the fucking car accident, I realized that I need to figure out my butt apart from a hole in the ground, because like, again, growing up in a cult, not a good situation. The problem is that the deeper you get into quantum physics, hyperphysics, et cetera, the more you understand. Point of fact, anybody who's truly studied the work of Ebenezer Einstein, not Albert. Thank you, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein basically scientifically proved magic. He literally, if you look at the theory of relativity, really study it. Not just go into the parts that they talk about in science class, but read the whole thing. Really go into it. Thought has mass. End of discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Manifest much?
Exactly. You know, and then humans, again, incredibly psychoactive. You literally shape reality with your subconscious beliefs. That is big. That's huge.
Do you see this? This could be a good thing and a bad thing. Because somebody says that I'm a Lyran, I'm not a Pleiadian. That's why I'm kind of. I've asked shaman why I channel Pleiades. Being everybody tells me I'm Lyran, I have no idea. But
so here's the skinny on that. This
We
is
get
one of the
along.
things. Yes, Lyrans and Pleiadians do get along very well. But here's the skinny on the starseed thing. And I think if more starseeds were willing to admit this, we would be getting a lot further into disclosure. Again, if you're listening to me right now, if you understand that you have a name, then you have been through virtually infinite incarnations on virtually infinite worlds. This is like the final boss to get to the next level, which isn't the end. Then there's more crap on top of that. But the point is
Yes,
that you've
Bob.
been everywhere. Go ahead.
Yes, Bob.
Yes, Bob. Thank you. So when people say, "Oh, I was a Pleiadian, I was a Lyran, I was a this, I was a that," you got to understand that those memories that are coming up for you right now, that's just based on what you personally need today. Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, if you are of a cowardly nature, you might need to remember some of that Lyran courage. You know, if you're somebody who's bitter, maybe you need that Pleiadian love. But to say, "Oh, well, I was Pleiadian and you were this, and then that guy's Draco, so we have to fight now." No.
Yeah.
And one of the
But
things
also, Lyrans did seed on different areas in the Pleiadian system. So you could have an origin of being Lyran, but also have it, come from that planet.
Yeah, and she's right. That's one of the ways that it's humans have to start understanding. So there's the genetic clan, right? Like all Lyrans, right? All of the felines, we're all part of the same genetic clan.
Oh shit!
And right?
Well, yes and no, because the Draconians also started making you all too. They started making you all. They started making the Vegas, combining you all, Andromedans. They started mixing everything during that war. So you all were branching out to find places to live, but at the same time, they started making you all, even before they started making us here, So this, like I said, we're a genetic mutt.
Oh, shit.
I would agree. I would agree.
57.
I would agree, and I think that's a great thing. One of the important things to remember about this planet is there's not a whole lot of places in the galaxy that allow for free will. You guys really should cherish what you've got,
That's because they have to learn what it is.
James Roundtree, I see what you're saying. It is completely okay to laugh at Cassidy. You're laughing. That's all that matters.
No, James he's like, I'm a reincarnated of a retarded wombat. You know what? Oh my God! Us musicians. Shout out to Larry. Larry's a musician. He's probably paying attention. He's laughing. He's probably laughed the entire. Knowing him since the beginning of this broadcast, he's laughing his ass off. I know, Larry.
But my point still stands. If you want to make fun, go ahead, as long as you're laughing.
Right.
Exactly.
I've been getting called crazy since I was 5. It's okay.
We embrace the crazy, right?
Embrace the crazy.
That's what
Yeah, man.
Turn and face the strange changes. So yeah, no, and one of the comments, we're all of us collectively are aliens, and I agree. Then that's one of the things that one of the reasons we need to get under Giza. If we can actually unlock the machines and sort of distribute that information, you guys are going to find that we are not strangers to each other at all. And
I think you should go into that a little more. Antiquitech.
The
technology from antiquity.
I showed Cassidy some really interesting shit yesterday. Chris.
Yeah.
Was it Christine, right?
It's Kristen.
Kristen, damn it. Yeah, I shared a lot of stuff with Cassidy last night. A lot. And I swear to you, he went ding. Yeah.
I was like,
Cass, yeah, touch on this.
Tarzan.
Touch on this because that really touches on this topic too, Cass.
Yeah, you shocked the crap out of me. I was expecting the normal thing I normally get with like, oh, well, so you're saying there are chambers under Giza and there's radiation? Ooh, don't get caught by the purple bunny.
Right.
But you were like, how do you know
That's
that?
me.
Seriously, Kristen.
I'm the Vorpal Bunny.
Kristen, I can literally show you guys pictures. We were working with a team of 2, actually a team of 3, networked people. We call it military compartmentalization. We're using their same tactic, okay? Because they compartmentalize everything here. Well, we're doing the same damn thing. We're not giving them all of their eggs in one basket. So. The guy, I'm free to say this now. The fellow that we've got on the Giza Plateau right now in Cairo is literally, we're about to drop what we're talking about. And I've seen free energy just scroll above in this chat. That shit right there is about to bust wide open as we speak.
Yeah,
That's why I painted those pyramids.
Yeah.
That must be why I painted those pyramids.
That very
Wow.
well.
That's
Christian practices a form of ritual meditation involving basically painting. She just lets her hand do its thing, and she just kind of watches, you know. And one of the things that she painted was essentially, basically imagine the 3 pyramids of Giza, but the way she painted in the light shafts, it made an X right over where we need to go. And she hadn't heard any of this stuff before. You know what I mean? Like something in there, you told her, do this. Plop.
Yeah.
So.
And I can't explain it other than it's almost like a channeling, but I prefer to say it's just the Holy Spirit talking through me.
Automatic painting.
It is channeling.
Automatic
It's because
painting.
you are a medium as well. You are a medium as well. It's just the way that you do it. And it is your guides or your higher self. It doesn't really matter who the hell it is. But whatever it is, it's the channel of what's coming out. Language takes form in all forms. It's not just spoken. Sometimes you can look at something and be filled with, so whatever it is coming out is meant to come out.
Right?
You're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
It's like
artists always know.
You're an artist, right? You paint. That's like me and James.
I paint.
Yeah, me and James are musicians. We just create music. That's the way my spirit creates, right? So there's really no difference, Kristen.
I agree, and I am a singer, and I am a composer and a songwriter, so I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the way we pray.
Lyrics.
Living just isn't hard enough.
For real, Cass. She can come up. She can download. She can download an amazing lyrics, and she's like, "Damn, this is true."
Well, you should sing or hum every day anyway, because not just is it, uplifting. I mean, sometimes you can sing negative stuff. I mean, just depressing stuff and have your cry out. I mean, sometimes that's necessary for release to get it out of the body. So what kind of song, it does deal with the vibration. But more importantly, when you're singing, you are actually, this is something that Spirit has been getting on me a lot lately. And, what do they call it? Shit. I can't remember what they were calling it. A Vox is like central. what was it? I can't remember it. I've been saying it a lot lately, but what it is it's central vibration, more or less. And when you are actually humming, singing, and stuff like that, you are not just vibrating on the aura. You're vibrating the inside. This has a lot to do with coming into your superpower. I mean, like when people start actually being able to levitate and shit, this or come into their actual powers when they're starting to get into that higher vibration. And the more that you are humming or singing, you're vibrating your actual vocal cords. But not just that. If you like send it down into the diaphragm,
Yes.
then you're also you're vibrating. Like I said, this has to do with vibrating from the inside and the outside. Like I said, as a human, our density is too dense. Our vibrations aren't lining up properly. We still have too much funk, but this is part of what cleans it. Now I've got a giant ass grayish white lion standing above me. So
Really?
This is saying, I have a giant one that's standing that just came into the room. And this has a lot to do with how you change your vibration, but this has a lot to do with ultimately coming into our light bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, now I need to look it up. Proceed on with talking. I'll tell you when I figure it out.
I've got, you know what? While Cassidy's away, I'm going to go ahead and say this. If I've got, oh man, if I happen to have problems with my Wednesday co-host, like being able to, like, I don't know, keep a strong Wi-Fi signal, Kristen, I want to steal you. I love your voice. I absolutely love your voice. I don't know where you're at. I don't know the time zone that you're on. I know Cass can't do it. Where are you at?
Central Standard Time.
Oh,
I'm in Minnesota.
Okay, cool. Very cool. So it's 9 o'clock. I plan on you being here every Wednesday night. I'm about to steal you.
I don't know about every Wednesday night, but we'll talk.
Speaking, I just seen a comment scroll up here with James about we make what the hell was it? It was a really good comment. Something about we speak through frequency, or what the hell was this? What was that comment, James? That's it. We paint our pictures on silence. What he meant by that is he's a bass player. I'm a drummer, right?
Ooh,
so
I like that.
I would absolutely love nothing more than to go down there and just him. Maybe a guitar player, but usually they get in the fucking way. Just me and him, just together create just spirit, straight up. Just me and him channel emotion. I mean, I've got some bottled up anger. Trust me, I beat the living shit out of my drum kit. I've replaced parts on it. Anger, ventilation. I vent it on it. That's my template.
Good place to put it.
They don't make art gear cheap,
Our gear is not cheap. If you're a drummer, I broke a cowbell. You peed. You went somewhere. My turn. Let me show you this.
More cowbell.
Wait, you're gonna show me you peeing?
More cowbell.
Yeah,
That's
I just got
vibration
that.
I didn't need.
Sorry.
Here you go. This is my cowbell, right? Metal.
You could not fear some serious Reaper with
Oh,
that.
bro, but I broke it. I literally broke it. I split it. Dude, I split it in two. Right there. You'll see right there. See the crack?
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah, I cracked it. Now, mind you, I broke the drumstick hitting it, but I still cracked the shit out of it. I cracked it all the way to the bottom bell.
It died with honor.
Bro, that was back in the day, dude. Back when I bought it, it was like $60 for fucking bell, dude. $60 for a
So
piece.
does that make it the Liberty cowbell?
It died with liberty. It died with dignity.
Ah.
The Liberty Bell has a crack in it,
Right.
you know?
I got you. Yeah. But yeah, like, yeah. Channeling.
Hold on.
Are you
I
there?
was gonna say, let me, because I looked it up, what I was supposed to be saying, because I couldn't remember what it was. And what they are telling us when I said the big lion is standing here, it's jackovoxing. And we aren't used to it, and we're not the only ones on the planet that can do it. But animals' consciousness hasn't risen to the level of understanding what they could become if they tapped into it. Our consciousness can. And what they're saying, jackovoxing equals jacking it up, like jacking up and lifting up your central vibrational sound from inside. Cassidaes, with all the cassidaes that are supposed to be coming out. Pay attention, because their sound, their vibration, these animals do it. Mosquitoes do it, bees do it, raccoons do it, mongoose do it, kangaroos, rabbits, guinea pigs, and badgers all do it. What it is helping to do is it cleans out the oxygen in our body. And in our respiratory, it helps our heart rate as well. It strengthens it, and it makes it stronger. It reduces stress. It enhances our breathing through the humming and the vibration. It warms us, makes us warmer inside, as well as warming our vocal for the vibration. It boosts our mood. It improves our focus. It is a pain reliever. It actually brings out health in our oral health. It's a social connection as well. And it, like I said, it has a big thing with bringing us deeper into our oneness and coming into our higher vibrational power. So singing is not just fun, it's necessary. And if you're not a singer, then you should be vibrating, or humming and sending that vibration down into the diaphragm so that it can help you. It's somewhat like throat singing, but instead of bringing it up and out, it's sending it in to circulate through the system.
Right.
Okay, I just had to come back.
I've had to teach a few people in my life that your singing actually starts at your diaphragm, not your lungs. That you have to breathe from like that deepest part, and then you can reach the notes and have that control of your voice. Once you realize that, it seems so simple, and when they actually do it, they come back and thank me. And I'm like, why don't people teach this anymore?
That's what I've been wondering.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lost art.
Because they don't want you to know.
I think there's a lot of truth in that. There's so much healing in sound. The bells that used to ring from the churches, that cleaned and cleared so much of the negativity. But have you noticed not a lot of bells are left?
My nickname's Bells. And I tell people all the time, that's my nickname. And like I said, even the Pleiadians call me it. And I have dreads and I have bells in my hair. But I'm constantly, when I come across not just Christians, but anybody and stuff, and I'm like, why do you think that they used to have bells? And people are always think that the bells were there to tell you to come to church. And I'm like, no. I'm like, yes, it served different situations. It told them that it's time. I said, but it's also ringing away all the negative or evil or bad energy. It's sending it away so it can't be there to be received.
Right. It's lost knowledge like that needs to be revisited.
Yes.
And that is the point. That's the whole mission in a nutshell.
Well, the technology is there. The technology is definitely there.
Yeah, we didn't get it. We didn't get to go into it.
No.
So basically, a long story short, your ancestors left behind technology that it's a variety of different purposes. The purpose that interests me that we're talking about is a lot of what the I shouldn't say a lot. One of the machines in particular, its purpose is to regulate the electromagnetic spectrum. And for those of you who keep track of this thing,
Bye, guys.
Things like Skywatcher. Huh?
Bye, guys. We're getting.
I'll try to make it funnier. But yeah, basically, in times past, there would be people that would go down there and maintain this machine, these machines, as a lot of these people would be coming from what you guys might know as subdivisions of humanity, and that's where we're getting into genetics and whatnot. But the point is that someone has to go down there that can both operate the machine and survive the radiation. And it's not one of those, well, this light worker over here, well, I'll do it. I don't mind dying, and I'll sacrifice myself because I can operate the machines because I'm a light worker. Cool. No, you won't get to the machines to operate them if you can't survive the radiation. I encourage everyone very, very strongly, if you're interested in this subject at all, to look up the radiation problem surrounding Mount Kailash. That's some wild shit. And the kinds of radiations that are being operated on and are in these chambers, you're not built for this. You don't have your nerves can't handle the neural load, because these radiations it's not like gamma radiation, which can, cook your cheeseburger or, cause you to be the Hulk. These are different kinds of radiations. You see? Like, for example, around Mount Kailash.
I'm sorry for laughing. All I can think of is the Green Hulk running around.
I gotcha.
This yesterday. Just want to let you know, by the way, Shaman lives in cartoon land.
Good. We'll get along great.
Bro, man. She transmutes all of reality into cartoon.
Hey, you know what? Whatever works,
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Sing it low.
Yeah.
My.
Sorry, let me come back.
Well,
go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
I think I don't even know, because we had to drop the call. The machine. I call this the internet hate machine. Okay. This machine, Cass, you would literally. I'm gonna make you drool for a second. Okay. There's 1, 2, 4. There are 2 4 terabyte drives in it. I'm sorry. There's 2. Okay. The boot drive is a 4 terabyte drive. The secondary drive is a 4 terabyte drive, and we got 2 slave drives back to back on the 4 terabytes already. It is running an i7, okay, an i7 CPU with, I think it's 128 gigabytes of memory. The EVGA card, I think, is like 128. Ran through an Asus board. I call it the hate machine. This bastard, if they lock this up, you're talking about something.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, we might run into that a lot. We've actually had to request sliders help us during our shows sometimes, because we get into the subject and poof.
Mm-hmm.
You ever hear that story about our from Art Bell, where the dude was claiming to be from Area 51, and he called up, and like this scared a lot of people to the point where Tool made a song about it. Did you know that they actually, whoever shut Bell down didn't just shut Bell down, they shut the entire satellite down. That is how far they'll go to stop this information from getting out.
Well,
yeah. Also, it's banned in China.
Depending on the topic, bro. These guys know. Depending on the topic, we've had whistleblowers on the show that they will absolutely. We know. Whenever they shut the hate machine down, we know that's we're pushing the limit.
Well, remember when you first said, "Hey, let's do this," I was like, "You don't want to do this. People that are after me are not joking."
Michelle, we'll reboot this thing.
Yes, honey.
We'll reboot this thing and start it again, won't we?
Oh yeah, we don't care.
Really, Cass? Yeah.
I like your spirit. I really do.
We're like, you said what? No, fuck you.
Gee.
I like that attitude.
Okay.
That's right.
So tell me a little bit about the integration process. Now that we're talking about like getting the communication, okay, between terrestrials, dimensionals. What about the integration process? What the hell do you foresee happening as an integration?
I might be stupid, but I think it's gonna be okay. I think humans are a lot more responsible when left into when they're not being ruled by mob rule, right?
Okay.
You know, like for example, one of the things people complain, oh, that'll destroy all religions. No, it won't. Where do you get such ideas? You know,
Valiant Thor said that Christ's sacrifice was felt throughout the universe and all universes. So that tells me that when it comes to that part, at least, it made me realize that the love of a creator source, whatever you want to name it, is a universal thing.
The Kabbalion.
It was a mind blower to know that, yes, that sacrifice was felt everywhere. Wow.
Yeah, that's a Kabbalion teaching as well.
That's really cool. I didn't know that was part of that.
Mm-hmm. It absolutely is. That is that is a hermetic principle.
Well, as above, so below.
You touched on earlier, Cassidy. We are one thing. We are literally absolutely one thing. So this is where a lot of people is like, whenever I get into almost a blasphemous, but yet not. Okay, I don't talk blasphemies of Christ. I don't. Michelle and everybody else up here that know me know that was one of my master teachers. Okay, alongside of like Saint Germain, Thoth, the Atlantean. He was a teacher, okay, a master teacher. Now, if he reappeared again, shit, they'd scream, like I said, Kabbalion, crucify him. They'd do the same thing again.
And it would not go well.
Probably not this time.
Well.
This time or not, I really doubt if it would go good.
But, especially since, again,
but that's why
we're back.
I believe
this would not go well.
I truly believe that that's why there are starseeds, though, so that they can live the human experience and still have that connection back to somewhere else and report it so that the actions of humanity are more easily understood. It's almost like a general, planning a battle and having to send out scouts to do reconnaissance. That's what I see starseeds as. And the way I knew that I was a starseed kind of happened, but it was like one of those childhood memories where you look up at the stars and there's just this one thing, this one constellation that just always intrigues you. And I looked at my grandma at 7 years old and said, well, that's where I'm from. And she said, no, honey, you're from here. You're from Earth. I'm like, no, that's where my soul comes from.
Right.
And she's like, oh, okay. Well, but then there just was like this ascension, and the New Age happened. And it started to become more and more common to run into people that were talking about quantum physics and metaphysics and things that were very unusual. So that's when I realized, oh, hey, there's more of us out there. Because for me, it was always like living life in a baggie. Like you could see the whole world, but you knew you were somehow different. So I just ran with it. And I started singing, and I started as an entertainer. I entertained a lot of people. And it just blossomed into something where I realized that my mission here is to comfort and to educate and to report back, obviously, but to make people see that they are more, they are creators, they are amazing, but they have forgotten what they can do.
Do you guys think? Let me ask you all, everybody on everybody on the panel. Do you think, out of curiosity, right, that because from what I understand, again, it's waves, right? The star seeds, from what I understand, come here in waves. We all learned there's this from Dolores Canada, right? Mm-hmm. So the first waivers, second waivers, where do you guys see us at the moment? Because I personally, I'm like, earlier we talked about, I just want to go home. I just feel I'm tired. I told you that last night, Cass. I just, wherever home is, I just don't. I feel. I know that what I'm doing, I've got to be on target. Okay, and that's giving everybody one hell of a voice, because we're a hell of a show. This broadcast beats the shit out of the West Coast. They hate this broadcast. I know that they do.
That's okay. They hate me too.
For real, right? So I know that I'm on the path that I need to be. Shaman has clarified that. I've got it in my spirit. But where do you see the waivers at now? I know my position. Where are they at?
Well, that's what I've been trying to get into. This is where we're at. There's a fundamental hiccup with first contact that needs to be solved. Normally, that's the job of the the witches and the wise women and the shamans and whatnot. See, something that even Elon Musk recently finally come to terms with is that every planet has its own radiation. Period. That just end of list.
Right.
One of the reasons why the mission to Mars has been delayed is because they turns out that radiation difference is enough to end you. That is enough. And then again, every experiencer and whatnot out there, they all have the same problems. Radiation burns. This problem, that it's all the same. What humans don't understand is that you're burning them just as bad. They can't survive your radiation. You can't survive their radiation. Now, at a certain point in contact, this is all handled with the the Greys. A lot of you have probably heard that the quote unquote Greys are actually a form of biological robot. This is 100% true. They're piloted via psychic connection from way away from Earth. You see, the problem is though that can't last. That is not a solution. That is a band-aid or a stopgap at the very, very best. So part of the purpose of this aspect or this time rather in any given first contact situation is to prepare and do what has to be done so that we can actually interact without killing each other.
Makes sense.
That would be helpful.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That would be helpful.
Indeed. Right?
Indeed. Shaman, she knows, man. I'm tired of doing what I'm doing. I'm tired of, it's like spoon feeding people. I don't want to spoon feed people anymore. And everybody here knows that I'm done. It's like if you can't catch up with us now, fuck it. You're not gonna catch up. Okay, the days of spoon feeding are done. It's like now I personally, it's like airbrush or mish, right? This young lady right here. She's got her own little thing on the Matrix. She does. It's called the Healthy Matrix. This lady is the wife I didn't want. Okay, she tries to kill me with good stuff. I'm serious, man. She tells everybody and she's persistent as hell. Bells, you know this as well. This young lady tells everybody how to eat good, and I love her for that, man. I do. I will. She's got her own little platform here on broadcast whenever she wants to talk about things that we need to talk about healthy wise, right there. Okay, but right there, we are past spoon feeding people. Now it's me, Cassidae, putting wind in your sails, keeping you going. Christine, same thing. We are here to support one another for whatever the fuck you're here to do.
Well, in a way, aren't we all just walking each other home?
Yeah. Especially if you're holding on to my leash, you will be surprised. You're like, no, Cassidae, that's traffic. Come this way.
Please do not walk. No, he's not kidding. He will walk into traffic. I had to ask him not to.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, there was a fender bender across the street, and it's
He
just
wanted to
it
make
did
sure
my
everyone was okay. Yeah.
No, Cass,
It happened.
do not go into the light. Do not go. I'm like poltergeist lady. Do not go into the light.
Right? Stay with me.
Right.
Please.
Yeah. I think one of the things that's important to express to people is that everybody has a job. You know, everybody has a purpose they have to fulfill. Sometimes that purpose is like looks really cool on the surface. Like, oh wow, I wish I had that destiny. But you got to understand, you picked your destiny because you know who you are. You know what you need to learn. You know what you need to practice. You know what you need to unlearn. You know. So one of the things that we
tap into that higher part of yourself. Right?
Right. And the trick is finding that. And that's kind of what we're here to do is get it done.
Cass, can I ask you guys all together, one individually, when it comes to what we're talking about, okay? And there's a lot of family that have been divided because of exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you say, or what do we do now for those that are again, the spoon feeding it? I personally don't want to do that, but what do we do, or how do we support those people that are like, because I see this all the time. I mean, 1.3 million people reach. You talk to a lot of people, and I see it all the time, bro. They come through the matrix all the time going, wow, that's new to me. That's not even remotely logical to feel that way or to perceive that. At this point, toss logic out the fucking window. In this world, we can't even.
Yeah, it's like, have you met this year?
Right.
Have you seen outside?
Okay, so now what do we do with those people?
So much uncertainty and so much angst and so much upheaval. You cannot depend on anything being normal. I really agree with you.
So what do we do with those people that come to me, you, Chris, every shaman, all these people, they come to us and they're like almost in a turmoil because they now see craft. They now are experiencing shit, and they're afraid to talk to their family, or they have spoke to their family, and their family's ready to disown them. I go through that shit. I see it all the time.
I actually have a specific prescription for this that we have fallen back on many times, and this is gonna. If you guys don't want to, if you don't believe me, that's fine. That's okay. You're welcome to check it out.
Please.
Well, the main thing that we try to do because we'll get people that are desperate, like they think they're losing their minds. They contact us through Bradley or for whatever source. What I ask people is, okay, look, next time this thing is happening to you, what I want you to do is say a prayer. Now, bear with me. Yeah, I know that sounds cheesy, but bear with me. Faith is also an energy. Faith is an energy created by the rubbing of your various brainwaves.
Yes, it is.
It creates an actual energy. I don't care what you pray to. Okay, if you find yourself on that slab and you're being poked by giant, cricket people, I don't care. Pray to Peter Pan, peanut butter, for all I give a shit. All right?
Right.
All that matters is that faith spark. And then what I want you to do is sort of visualize yourself, like keep it in. Once you got that faith coming up, try to hold it back. Keep it, hold it as tight as you can. And a lot of you light workers are like, what the fuck, Cassidy? Hear me out for a second. To quote Armageddon, if you put a firecracker on the palm of your hand and light it, you're going to burn your hand.
Of course.
But if you hold that cracker, it's going to blow your damn fingers off. Faith cannot be contained. So what ends up happening when you try to force choke your own faith is it booms out in all directions and creates very literally like a nova. And it catches everybody's attention.
Fractals.
I like
faith
that.
Has fractals, yes. On the show we say that faith, forged in fire, their face will heal.
Yeah. So now that sounds like, some new age mumbo jumbo. Until the person tries it, that's when we get some real action. And you just got to wait. Next day, Lightwing, what the hell was that? What did you do? Exactly what I said.
Right.
So yeah. I'm glad they did, Chris.
Chris, he's Mr. Peebles is really unique. He's a very unique individual on the broadcast here. He's a channeler. He's a very young individual too. He's a channeler of a multitude of different entities, personalities.
That's good. That's very good. We have a guy in the esoteric family, and what he claims, and so far he's been accurate. He claims that he can literally remember when he was everybody else.
Oh,
and
my
this poor guy's
God.
been driving him mad. And,
well, that would be a hard thing to have in your head at all times.
Wow.
Yeah, it's difficult. Donnie, if you're watching, love you, bro.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. That has gotten, and this is like we're speaking to validation, right? So for him, it's a curse. Sometimes it can make him work, but for the most part, he lives kind of a bit of a living horror movie. But I can't tell you the number of times he stepped forward out of the shadows when the rumors were flying and said, actually, I remember when I was cast, this didn't go down. And then he'll go sit down.
Right.
So, yeah, the reason why I'm mentioning that is because any of these kinds of gifts, one of the main reasons why you don't see like more superpowers out there is because, number one, we're still in a very low energy state. But besides that, most people just don't believe. They won't believe it. So the way that we're trying to combat that is by showing people this is for reals, and we can usually only do that by demonstrating. So if somebody's getting, for example, being preyed on by an incubus, that's like, come to the barbecue. It's time.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah. That's just basically been the only way I've been able to make any headway, is just one person at a time. Somebody will contact like the esoteric group and say, hey, my daughter's being, haunted. Somebody help. And everybody will take their turn and everybody will fail. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be an ass here. But then it's like, okay, somebody call Lightwing. And then done. The reason for this is not because, ooh, look at me, I'm a big old badass. It's because of the understanding of how technology and magic can function together. Try to punch a nail into a piece of wood. See what happens to your hand. Now pick up a hammer and do the same thing.
The tool, utilize it as the tool. James Roundtree says there's a really good statement. He says here, this life is only temporary. What we do with our lives, what we do with our lives doesn't matter. It's the legacy and the roadmap that we leave behind for our future of generations. That's a hell of a
100%,
statement,
man.
That's deep. I like that.
Yeah.
And that's something that we can concentrate on too if we're feeling down, There are people that we have touched through conversations or many different ways that you never know what they're thinking or feeling. And if you're inspired to just get in contact with an old friend or whatever, there's usually a reason for it. And I have heard over and over again, you contacted me just at the right time. So maybe there's a lesson there. Maybe you should listen to
about that.
Intuition a little more. Well, yeah, I'm kind of connected though.
All I want to do is go back to sleep. No, Cassidy, there's going to be a problem in an hour. You need to be ready.
Do you see this? Do you see this right here? Do you see this comment right there?
It went up.
Right, I'm getting to it. Lee Grantham, right? Celtic sea salt. This is what I mean by the love within this little community, the Matrix community.
So far, I love you guys.
Right here, Mish. She's trying to help someone find more energy, and she's throwing it out there. Celtic sea salt. And now I see Shaman in the chat, so she's probably I can't see if she's even on the Zoom meeting anymore because she's.
Are you still here?
Oh, I just called the phone number.
Mhm.
I'm not
I'm
on
still
the
here.
Zoom.
Ah, ha, ha.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they're still here. I found them.
I found them. All right. We're at 2 hours. I know we're every bit of 2 hours. I don't know because they killed the live stream.
Yeah, it's kind of a new episode.
Yeah.
In a way. Part 2.
Part 2. I don't
Or
even.
depending. Part 2.
I don't know. Whatever you guys would like to talk about. I mean, I don't. It's Friday night for me. Melissa worked today, so she's in bed. I don't know what else you guys would want to talk about. I'm game. I know my coffee cup is empty and I'm hungry. I haven't eaten.
Oh, that's not good.
Food.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch Airbrush Mish. Watch this comment. I don't watch this future comment. I do believe I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna take a frozen pizza and I'm gonna microwave that pizza. I'm not even gonna bake it. Just microwave that frozen pizza with extra like bagged cheese on it, and then after that I'm gonna go grab a nice big fat ass donut, smash that.
Are you trying to?
You're gonna give her a heart attack.
I know, right? I know Michelle. She's probably going, that son of a bitch.
Somebody throw a donut so I can chase it.
No, I'm not. No.
Let's have donuts with pizza. Okay, then.
Oh my gosh.
She's telling you to eat it all, Matt.
Let's talk about how the base.
Wow.
1 teaspoon. Dude, I've had fun. Tonight. I hope everybody else has had fun tonight. Truly.
Oh God, yes. This has been so pleasant. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was like literally scared to the point of shaking,
Bro.
before we had that conversation
Come on.
last night. You know. Well, dude, we'll get into it. There has been rivalries. There has been drama. Drama.
Drama. Listen.
You just have to not let drama be part of it. You have to be like, and void, cancel, delete. Screw you, no.
Bro,
I like her.
Usually everybody is okay to be on this broadcast. All I ask you guys to do, if you are your own platform, I ask you to help me the way we're helping you.
Yes,
Okay?
sir. And we did. We shared it to all of our groups, basically.
Dude, that's all I simply ask. I mean, that's what it is about. It's about helping one another.
Yeah, we have a little audience group.
Good.
And that's actually where I found the link after I didn't connect up with Zoom, so I had to find you.
Right.
So that's how I found you, was through our group. So then I called the number.
My evil twin was in control of my internet.
Your evil twin is on.
Same guy that comes by and shits my pants every now and again.
Oh God.
Oh,
yeah, dude.
Information.
Why were you afraid to be here? Dude, this broadcast is we are really, really laid back here, dude.
Okay, so we have been.
Listen to her.
I have been burnt, hanged, stabbed, broken on the rack, but I've never been shot. It kind of itches a little. So we have been chased out of towns. We've been chased out of states. One particular, in one case, a guy he said, "Hey, I'll help you." Do you remember the year that everybody's going to like ninja run into Area 51, and then they decided not to do that and just had a convention instead?
I think so, yeah.
So we were trying to get down to that because Bradley had booked an appearance for us, and the guy who convinced us to come, that it'll be fine, drug us out in the desert and left us to die. Okay. They murdered my daughter. No joke.
Oh my God.
They have chased us out of house and home across multiple states. My biggest worry, no joke, is groups of Christians with baseball bats who've decided that I must be some kind of vampire. It sucks. So yeah, I've developed a very healthy fear of humans, but I don't let it rule me. You must never let fear rule you. It doesn't matter how scary it is.
Right.
You know?
You have a fox as a guide. that you may not know you have as a guide, and it is trying to tell me to tell you you need to commune with it.
I believe it.
A fox?
Fox.
A red fox? Or
Yep.
a red fox?
I would have expected
Yes,
it to
a
be
red
white.
fox.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
no, it's a red fox.
It's a
I've
red
seen
fox.
it too.
Yeah.
I've seen it too.
She's actually
From
in my
the
book.
moment that I got on the phone with you all, it's been sitting in my chair staring at me. And it wasn't until you just said all of that that it looked at me like, see? And I was like, okay. Now I know who you belong to.
Right.
Ask her if she likes the book.
She doesn't care about the book. She cares about your... Okay, let me rephrase that. It's not that she doesn't care about the book. She cares about you feeling whole and feeling it, believing it, and not telling yourself it to talk yourself into it.
I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting there. Like,
Because
I'm here.
she's making it known that part of why your daughter said what she said about don't kill them, don't lose it, is because they knew how much that was going to rip away from your belief in not just humanity, but people, soul, goodness, yourself. And the fox is here to remind you that it's not always bad to have a cunning personality. It is good to be able to be the jack of all trades in a form. And that you have everything you need, but you need to remember that sometimes.
You have just officially bobbed. Kristen, could you explain?
All right. So, as a birthday present for Cassidy, I had a channeler do a reading, a little mini reading.
Shout out to Sam.
To Sam the Illusionist, yes. And so he did this wonderful reading, and it was in the 1870s, and Cassidy at the time was named, are you ready? Bob.
How did I know
now,
that?
Before this, we always had joked about Bob's Road, Bob this, Bob that, you know.
It's
and
Bob's
then
fault.
it was Bob's fault and Julie's. Anyway, yeah, that's a very old Rocket Man reference. Kind of makes me look real old. But if you haven't seen Rocket Man, make sure you do because it's really silly.
All right.
Anyway,
I feel like also a part of it too is while you've got that funny part keeping you going.
mm-hmm.
Don't what I'm getting from, and it's a her. What I'm getting from her is you're kind of the opposite of me. Or maybe, no, I guess it's kind of the same. Is I live in cartoon land. I put myself there because they tell me to, because otherwise this world will destroy me. If I don't put myself in, exactly, if I don't put myself in my cartoon land and just find a way to fucking enjoy it and then not be serious and then not make it make sense and to just not give a shit and enjoy, you do that, but at the same point, it's don't hide in it.
Agreed. And that it's easy to catch oneself hiding in humor rather than using humor to cope with facing what's the, whatever.
Right. You should, don't fall into
that's what she's giving me is sometimes you go too far into it and then it's not really working for you. And that's where the fox part is you are all to stop trying to be this or that and accepted. Fuck that. Accepted is not that fucking important. Accepted is just, why do you want to be accepted by people? I'm sorry, but people haven't grown enough to be worth it to you.
But it's cold. And people are
It is cold.
Bro, sometimes people are cold.
Find more warmth.
truth.
You'll find more warmth by fully finding it in yourself instead of looking for it in the others, because you'll never get it from outside of yourself until you give it to yourself.
I can't agree, disagree. You have me pegged.
Yeah, we've had chats about that. People need to heal from the inside first before they can feel that love.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's just like pouring water into a sieve, or a strainer. It just kind of pours through.
Right.
But it doesn't quite do what it's supposed to do.
I can't even see names now because I logged in a different way. Okay, let's wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen, please. Matthew's tired. Listen, here's the thing. I don't know. I don't even know who to let go first. I truly don't, dude. I don't know who to let go first.
Why don't I volunteer then?
Okay. Well, why don't? Okay, if you're gonna, here's the kicker. Since you are new to my little world here, nobody comes to the Matrix without saying something positive to everybody around the world, because this broadcast is absolutely 100% global. Okay, so you talk to all of your people, all of my people, all the Cassie's people. So you give them one hell of a good message on your way out of here, please.
As you wish.
Okay.
I would just like everyone to remember that they are wonderful. They are amazing. They have it in them to be creators of realities that they haven't even imagined if they just give themselves permission. And to look at each other, please, with softer eyes. There's too much anger. There's too much confusion. There's too much unrest. There's too much war. The Pleiadian part of me hates reporting what I see, but we live in a world that is full of actual threats all around us, and we can't live in a bubble, but we can keep our consciousness and our soul light up and try to stay in love and above, because then we can't be fed upon by negative forces.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or lizard people.
That was absolutely awesome. It's Christine, right? Am I right?
It's Kristen.
Kristen.
It's Kristen.
I don't know why I'm bad with names. I'm very bad with names. Now, again, you and I don't want you thinking that you and I got off on a bad foot. I was just completely unaware of really bringing you on the broadcast. But check this out. Next time, I will build a damn screen where it's not just me dropping, something on Cassidy's head here. I'll give it to you, and then you can drop it on Cassidy's head. I got to come up with the screen layout. Okay, but you guys were absolutely fun to be with. You both were absolutely so. Kristen, thank you for being with me. Thank you for being with our.
It was an honor, and thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, you're
welcome. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
You too, honey.
Blowing kisses at you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, Miss Shaman. I don't know. Oh God.
That was scary.
I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do with her. And say, all right, people, brace yourself for an incoming.
I'm sorry. She's just so cute. Her voice, I just want to be like, let me give it a hug.
All right.
Right? It's like yeah.
Shaman, your turn, dear heart.
All right, you guys know when I do the astrology and everything, it sounds a lot of times like a broken record, like I'm just giving you some bad news. And I'm not going to deny we still have a lot of negative energies that are going to be coming up out of people. And from time to time, it's going to feel just like you're watching a train wreck you can't get out of. But that right there is the key that's reminding you you don't have to take part or play.
Damn.
And sometimes the only thing you can do is go take a nap and be like, we'll start over tomorrow or we'll start over in an hour. But remember, when it's hard, it's harder to remember to love yourself and that it's okay. So just turn off the day. Turn off the day and know that you are boundless. But while you're in the train wreck, you can't continue because it'll keep being a train wreck. So from time to time, just break, void, cancel, delete, go hide away from people and come back when you're ready because you're still going to feel it. Big fat love.
I like it.
Well said.
I thought she was gonna like pull a. All right, y'all y'all stick your head between your crack and kiss your. Goodbye. All right, I thought no, I'm just kidding. All right, Miss Michelle, I love you. I truly do. You know that. So thank you again for being with us. Get the hell out of here, Michelle. All right, Mr. Cassidae Lightwing, bro. Had fun, man. I really had. Statement.
Glad, man.
Yeah, man. We got like. You seen this, right? You gotta do this again.
I would love to.
Chris, with Kristen, we'll bring your sidekick to keep your ass in line. Probably me too, from the way it sounds.
She's good at that. Just be careful. Don't ask her to help unless you mean it. She will help.
I meant that. I personally gotta see what's going on, man. I'm looking, depending on whether my insider, my ex NASA contractor. Oh man, depending on if he can keep a Wi-Fi signal, because dude, they are attacking him right and left right now, bro. And it's becoming until he gets a stable connection, it's really hard to do a broadcast with him whenever I'm like always screaming, bro, we can't hear you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I love the dude. I really do. He's a good guy. Very smart individual. But I'm going to tell you right now, dude, they are playing hell with his internet connection. Just saying. So, I don't know.
They're desperate, dude. Basically, the main part of our strategy in the hyperspace war has been to push the enemy until they have to play their hand before they're ready to play it. Basically, the enemy has too much power. You know,
right.
Now they're not unbeatable by any stretch, but they do have a pretty goddamn good head start on the power differential.
Right.
And their entire strategy involves the whole strategy is the frog in a boiling pot. They want you to not notice how crazy shit's getting until there's nothing you can do. So the light workers around the world, we've been basically like, oh, you got a little guy there, little Mr. Enemy. How about some doink? You know, and then oops, Hunter's laptop gets found.
Oh, check.
Oh, oops, people suddenly develop the courage to testify against Epstein.
Right.
You know,
somewhere I've got a screen. I might have removed it. I have a screen where I've got us up here, right, in the Department of in the DoD's. We are on the DoD screen. And this one guy is right here by my head, right? And every now and then I'll transition over that screencast, and I'll go dink, 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 dink. I know that we are a thorn in their side. I know this, but don't forget, okay, that there are amazing souls on the inside of that. Compartmentalized whatever branch of whatever it be, and that they know that they are in that bad apple basket. So I try very hard in my own soul to not just kick the shit out of the entire basket, right? I love them individually, and I'm very proud to say that look, you can't. I cannot replace the people in my life that are in high places, bro. I just can't.
Right. I used to have a big chip on my shoulder about the government, over being erased, and that was very, very, very traumatic. And I was like, sure, like, oh, they're gonna get them. And then when they discovered the differential genome in my daughter, the government bent over absolutely backwards to help her survive.
Oh,
they did
man.
Literally everything that is in the human power to do.
Right.
But unfortunately, they're just out of their league. We knew what the problem was, but without the proper equipment, there wasn't jack shit we could do. Basically, okay, so the problem is remember we were talking about radiation on the planet, right?
Right.
Earth radiation is poisonous to my people. Like specifically what it does is it interferes with the nervous, the nervous signals. So unfortunately, your guys' medicine just isn't advanced enough. They couldn't see the problem. All they could tell was that there was some thing stopping the nerve signals from getting to her heart.
Oh man.
And again, we knew exactly what it was. We knew what it was going to be like when we came. It's just we thought this would. I thought it would be easier to navigate.
All right.
And again, I something that I want to point out for everybody. If Valiant Thor was like the cool captain of the episode, right? I'm extra number 3 that gets sucked out the airlock when the Klingons shoot the med bay. Okay. I'm not supposed to be here. I am over my head behind enemy lines. I'm just doing my best,
I tried too, my own self, and I told you yesterday in tears. Again, I still can't believe I did that in front of you or with you on the phone. I have not ever really shared that emotion of what I went through to be doing what I'm doing right now. But there's a reason. I know there's a reason.
You sensed something. And
yeah.
partially, I think it was non-judgment, somebody made a frowny face. Who said a frowny face?
Michelle.
Why frowny?
Michelle Espinosa. Shaman. I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Cassie. Your turn, homeboy. Say something positive. We got to have you back. You and Kristen. Got to have you guys back.
So a lot of people right now, you're hearing this all over. I want out. I don't want to be human anymore. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. But something I want everybody to remember, okay? This is one of the hardest times in human history. Now, historians might disagree. Oh, the Black Plague was harder, blah, 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 blah. That's not what I mean, okay? The powers that be are grabbing your attention and pulling in all these different directions. Kids are being graduated from high school that can't even read or do basic math. This is not a good time to judge your people, really. I want you guys to understand you are infinite. If you understand that you have a name, and I keep going back to that, that's important. You are literally infinite. And a lot of you guys think, oh, that's evil because of this and evil because of that, and well, humans are bad because of Hitler and Mao. In the grand scheme of things, you have not experienced evil yet. You guys are actually way, way brighter than you think. And if you could see yourselves the way I see you, I don't think you'd ever cry again. That's all I have to say.
Damn. All right, Mr. Cassidae Lightwing. I appreciate you for being with me for every bit of 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I didn't mean to keep you there for that. I really didn't. But thank you for being with me and everybody else. You be back?
It was fun.
Yes?
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
All right.
Anytime you want.
Not scared, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. All right. Cherry is busted, everybody. Good night, Mr. Cassie.
Good night.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. Good night.
Be safe, man.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Take care. All right, everybody. Mr. Cassidae Lightwing Yeah! Oh my, oh my. What an interesting evening. The Path of Extra-Terrestrial Disclosure with Cassidae Lightwing. Part 2. They done took us off of the air the moment he started talking about how we could possibility of controlling electricity and the dimensional parts of us, blah blah blah. Man, they obviously didn't like that. They attacked our girl over here that runs and streams everything. They definitely shut her down, boy. Hey, there's locked up. So with that, I don't know. With that being said, everybody, take care of yourselves. I thank you very much for being with myself and our guest tonight. I do think that we'll have him back. God only knows what other topics, because again, I talked to the dude for 3 hours and I could probably talk to him for another 2 or 3 on top of that. Multiple topics. I told him, I said, I'm a guy that knows a lot about a little and a little about a lot of things. So maybe one day we'll get into the esoteric pool. Magic. We'll have shaman on here. We'll have Kristen on here, and we'll do all of this again. And hopefully we'll get you guys participating once again. So with that being said, Brainiacs, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. I love you. I thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to the broadcast. Every single thing that you guys do, we need you. We absolutely need you to help us stay going. We thank you with everything in us. With that being said, guys, take care of yourselves. I'll see you here on Monday night. Monday. 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock West Coast Time. Peace out, everybody. Take care. Crank it up on your way out, our brains. Peace. Give in! Crank it up! Yeah. Let's do this. One of the fastest growing talk shows on the internet. Radio show. Welcome aboard the Matrix Minds. One of the most controversial conspiratorial shows on the web, the Matrix Minds. And that's right. Buckle up, everybody. Let's go. Paranormal, huh? Conspiracy, huh? Ufology, hidden Egyptology, and anything and everything we can get our hands on. Let's go. Welcome aboard. The Matrix Minds. The Matrix Minds. Show.
You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. All I'm offering is the truth. Stay in Wonderland. All I'm offering is the truth. Stay in Wonderland.